Let's go then. OG, CT side start. They picked it because this is Astralis' map pick. And so that makes a lot of sense. 4 players out through mid. Astralis, yesterday, they just ran straight to long and they just took the A side of the map. They just ran up and they did it. They just took it and it was easy. And in this time, they go slow in the beginning. I think anticipating that maybe OG took a look at that game the other day, they waited to see if anyone tries to aggress through long, and nobody did. Now, there was an early 4-man stack down towards the B site with Mantu checking the mid area. And Astralis, well, they get control of toilets. They send Device alone down here through long. He is trying to play that same kind of role as he did yesterday. And this is all while the rest of the team start to clear out connector. And now what this allows for Astralis is a rotation between either bomb site at a moment's notice.
Oh, they double back to B, but then they triple back to A with 3. Now made 5 as Device comes back from long and groups up inside of the toilets. OG, they're going to need to hit some shots on the initial entry, otherwise this retake can be so hard getting back into the tight choke points that is the A site. Of course, that CT rotates very loud as well, so Astralis are going to be hearing all these footsteps come back. Upper, Mantu spraying with USP, can finally connect a kill. He's lost his teammate on the site though, stuck out on a limb, and through the smoke they go into the firing line. 3 from Magisk. He's on a 4 right now. He's looking for an ace and a bomb plant as well, just to put extra points on his scoreboard. Issa alone, someone should be able to steal this ace away from Magisk, and Astralis are all over it.
Yeah, they don't want him to have this ace more than they want Issa to even get close to winning this round, it seems like. Magisk is going to go for it. He gets close, has the ace. And well done there from Magisk. Gets the bomb planted too. A man that really did do it all. Now has a 408 ADR setting in the first round. It's pretty gross.
And long may it continue for Magisk, right? Like, he's been in stellar form. Originally, it was really Dupree being the man who was consistent for Astralis, and we just wanted to see 1 or 2 more players delivering these numbers that we're used to seeing on a regular basis. And it feels like, you know, in my opinion, I think the 2 that have really stepped up to the mark alongside Dupree, it's Magisk and Zipex, right?
Yeah.
Zipex been so good in these clutches. We've even seen him entering back on Dust 2. He was 4-0 in opening duels. And so now it's just this investment from OG. They get, Mantu, blinder of a shot, but he does get put in the ground shortly after.
That is the cool thing about Astralis, though, right? Like, all these players can be MVPs. All these players can be, you know, the carry for Astralis. It's not like they're falling into the traditional roles of, like, you know, having an in-game leader that can't frag, or having, you know, support players that sacrifice themselves and therefore look bad on the scoreboard. That's not the case. They all have their matches. They all have their moments. OG, heavy short side setup. This allows them to play for the connector rotate and get a lot of info. They can hear A short, but they realize with Astralis not committing off the back of that long kill, they might have walked back to B, and they've left Monster open. So OG rotate back into the site to cover this position. Valde can see if Astralis come his way as well. Gets a bit of advantage by seeing their feet first. Zipex getting flashed in, does find that first kill. MBK's gone, double down for Zipex, but he is the only one to commit through the choke point. Issa now has to hold the line. He does double up with a deagle, but Valde with a flank as well. How has this gotten so close, so interesting, as Astralis have given away a lot of guns. Valde can grab an AK on the site, but look at the rotation from Dupree. He's run right back up upper, and he's going to get an A plant. Valde's taking time trying to find a rifle, and he has found himself an AK rather. Dupree planting for CT, doesn't know which route of rotation Valde would take. It's the long way round coming in through connector. And of course, this leaves him in a precarious position because no kit, no utility. Dupree is going to realize this one as well in just a second with him having cleared out CT spawn. And now he can just wait.
Yeah, Valde having to clear every single angle, and not having that kit does pose quite that problem that you're talking about, Hugo. It looks like he's going to tap it just to try to draw Dupree out in the open, and so far his guess is not that great. Here's him now, though. Ooh. Doesn't land the shot. Taps it, and there's no kit, no way to win this round, so he's going to back out, hopefully hold on to this AK. Shouldn't be too big of a problem, though.
Dupree's jumping to like get the info right and bait a shot and see if Valde's off the bomb. He actually accidentally lands on top of the railing, and if Valde goes aggressive off of that, he actually will get the kill and win the round, but he thinks Dupree has fallen down the stairs like he intended to. That was not the case, but of course, not the info that OG had, so it's going to be Astralis closing it. Of course, that gets very scary. That's heavy rifles into B with OG taking 4 kills, so they should be happy with that eco round. And they've got another one coming through as well. 1 AK saved, the CZ given over to Mantu. Valde has to do the heavy lifting.
And I like this idea from OG. They stack 3 players over here towards long side. 3 players for Astralis about to go around and uncover this, and well,
Oh, wow.
well, we know who won that one, didn't we? Astralis still with 3. ESL trying to hold the line, and it is just this tidal wave of Danes sweeping across OG. Valde gonna try and answer back to his Danish brothers on the other side, but not today. Dupree bests him with the MAC-10. That's an upgrade onto the AK. That was only a pistol round for OG outside of that one rifle that Valde obviously held forward from the 1v1 in the round prior. And so now this real investment comes through for OG. Something to bear in mind is that Astralis haven't had to really reinvest. They haven't had to reinvest at all. It's not even really. They keep that round nice and clean in the one before. And so this is good. Like, this safeguards them from being instantly reset on the back of a victory here for OG. They've got that to look forward to at the very, very least. Now, something here, OG, they push long. They secure this nice and early, and now they know it's not mid. Or so they think, because it might be mid. Device coming back on this rotation. Astralis faking B early. Are they going to be ready for MBK? Oh. Certainly doesn't look like it, and Device does get cut down. Now that they know a man is this pushed up in the party, Astralis know that they can no longer commit to this B site, and in the meantime, Alexa B has shut down Dupree over towards short side. MBK follows up onto Glaive, and with the rifles out, every single one of these kills has come up in favor of OG.
Yeah, so far, so good. Valley's going to peek from the top of connector, but doesn't seem to have that line of sight necessary to find Magisk, who's going to back out now. The real shot here for the Astralis side is they look towards this B site. 2v4. It's not going to be an easy feat, but they can certainly do it. It's a very capable team, if anything, to describe them. So let's see what kind of tomfoolery they come up with here.
B contact play is about the best they can manage in this one. There's a chance. There's only 2 players inside of the site, but it's only a 1-man commitment for Astralis with the flash being lined up from outside monsters. Zipex has got to get the entries. Oh, he almost misses the player on the site. Alexa B going to drop into the pit. Still that sandbag cross as well. Alexa B is buying good time, and Issa will finally peek out wide to finish off the job with Valde. OG getting their first CT round on the board. Obviously, a nice bit of aggression early on from MBK to take that advantage and get in the face of Astralis. And I think it was Alexa B that was boosted in B short to kill Dupree in the water. That's how OG initially got that 5-on-3. So Astralis inherent disadvantage. There's that boost that we didn't quite catch. And OG are able to close out the round as well.
1-3. Still a long way to go for OG. They're already mapped down. Now let's see what's going on here.
Boost?
Yeah, they're contemplating the boost. Looks like they're going to go for it. And lo and behold, here's Devi with the AWP. No one sees him just yet, and he sees no one else.
Yeah, look at this. Does Issa see that? He's jumping, he's looking. It's almost like he spotted it, because again, OG have gotten very aggressive off of this information. So for MBK, once again, pushed into the playground, and Astralis might not be ready for it. He can see their feet under that wood.
Yeah, and this is what MBK did last round, and it proved him quite successful. So far, so good, too. He finds Glaive on his first swing around, but he's not alone. He's got company. Magisk kicking him off the playground. There's always that one guy, right, Harry?
That was Harry, actually.
Harry was the bully of the playground?
No, I was the guy getting bullied in the playground. Normally by the kids who were themselves bullied. So it was like a... You know, real bottom of the pecking order, but oh, how the tables have turned. Device over here towards the tree, creeping forward. Now I go to parks and I beat up kids there. So
nice.
Yeah, it all works. Device.
Food chain, isn't it?
Holden and Magisk gonna best Alexa B down in the toilets. Man advantage taken for Astralis. They sit 4-on-3 up. Valde gonna be holding this tight line in through the toilets. Is about to have players come his way. Gonna be some Dane on Dane action here. Valde wins the first fight, and with that kill, the bomb now dropped to his feet. Dupree coming up through the divider. Valde a little bit worried here, because they can come through long. Luckily enough, players have now gotten into the A site on his team.
What?
Well, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Zinix has retrieved the bomb. They try and get in. You got to get past Man2, and that is a challenge in and of itself. Man2 delivers 3 kills from the man and a second round on the board for OG. Now 2 in a row. That's going to break the economy of Astralis, and Man2 has just teed OG up to make this first half their own, at least for the time being.
Yeah, hits that first shot. The timer's already very low. By the time he drops the bomb, that's it, unless this kill comes in from the side of Device, and it just doesn't. Man2's too quick. And there you have it. That second round on the board for OG. They got to be feeling pretty good about that. And if you're Astralis, well, let's hope for some pistol magic.
Yeah, confidence fights from Man2. And Harry, that was the talking point coming into this game, right? Having an aggressive AWP, especially on the CT side, that can find these picks, that can get rid of the Device lurk that we've been seeing on this map up in the toilets. Especially when he's got that AK in his hands rather than necessarily the AWP. But we might see that come through for Astralis moving forward, considering the way that previous round went. Of course, time was the biggest factor. That's why Astralis were storming the A site into Man2's AWP. They had to get the kill or the plant. BK hanging around middle, and this should just be a nice clean one for OG, you would think, but that's a nice frag from Magist. Surely no more. Issa, though, he gets caught with a jump, and Astralis spot him with a spray mist. He's got to fall out of the connector and give Astralis the route towards A. That's where Man2 sits, again dropping the bomb here for OG, and a chance to find a couple more.
Yeah, and already identified this morning by Mr. Chad Burchill, you might know him as Sponge, was Man2 as one of the AWP players. Put up right next to Simple on his selection. So if that isn't any indication as to the skill that Man2 has, or at least, you know, what you've seen in the server thus far, he's the real deal. And somehow he gets that kill on Device. It's not even the SMG. Craziness. Now just Magisk. 1v4. Looks for a couple frags. Able to find one so far on a Dane. Valde. He falls. And this is going to be Magisk just really throwing weapons around. He's probably going to try to cause as much chaos as possible. What?
That was a tag?
That was a back shot. If I've ever seen one report that, man, Harry.
Imagine if that was a headshot, bro. That would have been unreal, but obviously it wasn't. So, you know, I can't get too excited. The fact he just hits it, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
How does Man2...
This is his next shot, this one.
This one. Whoop. It doesn't look as impressive from his point of view as it was from the SMG's point of view. But still, 3-3, and Man2 is delivering right now for OG. We were saying how he could be the man to make all the difference here, especially if he's able to get ahead of Device early on. And he has gotten ahead of Device in a very, very big way. Man2 going to go late in with this peek through mid. And Astralis, they're very, very worried about MBK pushing through long. You know, they hold for that early on, and that's allowed Man2 to fall back into the safety of this A bomb site.
OG rotate MBK up to join that man. Man2 might need to hit some shots again in this round as Astralis begin to close the distance on long. Device still on an AK. The money not quite there for Astralis, though. And this round is crucial, right? Astralis are going to get put on eco if they lose it. Same can be said for OG with their money on Rocky Road, with only Man2 sitting with cash. Astralis peel back from long and go towards the toilets. With this smoke, it does allow them to drop connector without anyone seeing, but instead they're going to flash through. Glaver's a bomb. If he goes down here and drops it over to OG, that's a big danger. But he does have support. Man2 going to look to force a fight here. Utility being set up, the timing is so good, and Man2's going to hit the shot. He still has his teammate next to him as well if needed, but Man2 might need to back up as Astralis have spotted him from both sides. 30 seconds, they continue to push him as Man2 fires off 2 kills, finally traded. There it is, Magisk and Device making it happen as they find a pick on the A site. Alexi B gone, and the flank is in. Device is caught with his knife out. It's just down to Magisk.
Yeah, this 20 seconds doesn't really matter anymore. We're looking at the bomb plan from Magisk. Issa and Valde looking to retake the site. Magisk, not sure where their second player is coming from, but he is certainly coming from the catwalk area. By catwalk, I mean short. First peek from Magisk, he takes down Valde, looks for the second one, does it with ease. Magisk has done it again, 14-4 in the game so far, and he doesn't look to slow down anytime soon.
He has almost 200 ADR as well, which is just unreal.
Ace in the pistol round?
Yeah, ace in the pistol. That put him up at like 430 ADR in the pistol. I mean, obviously, you know, it's average damage per round, so he'd only done it in that one round, but he's still kept up this performance throughout since on the back of it. And Like, it's a great look for Magisk right now.
That was a 2-on-5 for Astralis as well, right? Like, instantly made a 2-on-2 within 2 seconds of it being a 2-on-5. But quick trades on that A site were excellent for Astralis.
And as you mentioned, you know, both Astralis and OG were at breaking point in terms of their money if they lose that. So that has resounding consequences here in this round. You're down to pistols on OG. They're huddled together in the connector. Now, this is a rare sight. They do this for warmth in the winter. OG huddling up. And now swarming. Now, as one, they're not that dangerous. But in a pack, these OG players could do some real damage. Thankfully, the culling is in, and it's Astralis doing all the damage. They'll get rid of this overpopulation down towards the short side. 5-3. They put a stop to OG in that round.
I love the nature documentary.
Yeah, I took like a real nature spin on it.
Population control.
Oof.
It is interesting, though. I know this is a little off topic, but I've seen photos where, since, you know, people aren't out and about as much these days, some animals are sort of, you know, on their own repopulating areas that they really haven't been in a while. So as a result, you'll see, like, you know, mountain lions and driveways and deer in your yard. Craziness, really. Nature and life, well, it all kind of finds a way, doesn't it, Harry?
Yeah, life does find a way. Double nade and, you know, death almost finds its way into the B-bomb site in this round for OG. Issa, pretty lucky to be alive. You know, if he goes around that corner a second earlier, he gets the full belt of those nades going onto him. Now, these 3 players for OG are about to push catwalk by the looks, or short side rather. Alexa B was considering it. They were grouped up, there was a flash getting set up, and now they go for this push. Now, in OG's mind, they've seen that short's clear. They might rotate MBK away.
Actually, the opposite. Mantu's throwing flashbangs from top site down B. You can actually throw monster flashes from the A site. So he's trying to set his team up for peaks right now. And OG are pretty convinced it's B. I say that as soon as it happens, MBK begins that rotation that you're talking about, Harry. And again, the reboost for OG coming through. Could it be problems for Astralis? Glaive 0-5, waiting for his first kill. He could get the 1 tap, but instead holds his nerve. And Astralis actually bail out of B right now. They're walking back up connected towards A.
Yeah, MBK is already there, though, waiting on the other side of the smoke. It's going to be fading real soon. Magisk already looking directly at it, and MBK might be caught out in the open right here. This is going to be the exchange that causes Astralis to take A if they get MBK out of here real quick. And he selected to go quietly towards the bathrooms.
Oh, he could flank him. He could go full fur right now if they walk past, but they do check the corner. Swiveling back is Dupree. He's gone from the round. Tipix trades, and Device has already been up long. He's been here the whole time as he waits for these rotates. Mantu dig down, and a double kill for Magisk. How did that even happen? Device is down in CT also, and he's just killing Mantu before he can escape. Alexi B, just about. Thinks he has it. 1 second left as Astralis plant, and Alexi B going to save off the back of that.
XD.
Oh my, what a round. I want to see those kills from Magisk. He got like 2 wallbang kills. Was it spamming the dumpster wall? Were they boosting up? I didn't quite catch it, but however it works wonders. And Device, again, on this lurk. We talked about it yesterday versus FaZe. You know, this round, it didn't seem that influential, but Device was in such a great position up long that as his team were coming up short, even though MBK trades 1-for-1 in the toilets, well, at that point, the A site's been cleared. Astralis don't need to worry. They can focus on getting those kills on the CT players. And yeah, it's just a 6th round for them on this T side.
Yep, Special Agent Glaive and Detective Magisk on the case. 16-4, he's really done it. I know we sang his praises a few rounds ago, but influential. See the 2 frags coming in there just before Device gets his on a Mantu, and that's really what sealed the deal here. That timer did get dangerously low, but that seems to be a problem. We're finding a couple teams in more often than not these days, Astralis being one of them.
Well, luckily it won't come back to haunt them, not for the moment. 3 rounds for OG as more ecos have to come through. Alexa B with a safe gun. Glaive's going to hear the footsteps as they come down lower, but it's actually only to set up for a boost towards B short. Trying to get that info early. Nothing given away, though. Astralis hold outside of B, throwing those standard grenades towards a boost position. Glaive might get pushed here. He's got to have his wits about him. First kill is found. Doubles down. Glaive on the board now as Astralis take a 5-on-3.
Oh, no. He's all good. He put a smoke there. He's fine, at least for the time being. Don't know if he's going to be fine in a matter of moments, and now they know that Issa is here. Does dig down 1. Fire to his right, smoke to his left, and uncertainty around every corner. Issa does pull the attention away, allows Man2 to swing and get one, but Zipex does not feel the pressure, doesn't feel the heat. He actually feels right at home in that situation there. A 7th round on the board for Astralis, and they're able to overcome that pistol round for OG. Now investment back in from this CT side. Not going to feature the AWP on Man2. And you think about the impact he's had, the fact that he's sat second in the entire server with 114 ADR for OG. The only man in triple digits on this squad. And that actually could matter a hell of a lot. Now, there isn't an AWP on the other side, and that actually might prove to be a bit of a blessing here for Astralis. I don't think you want to be putting that AWP into Man2's hands anytime soon. Magisk in through the connector. Oh, sprays, isn't quite able to correct it in time, but Dupree does at least keep this in favor of Astralis, but only for a moment. Valde catches Zipex over here towards Monster, and Valde might discover the bomb. Device, it's a race against time, it's a race against Valde, and because of where the bomb's dropped, Valde should get here in time to have an angle onto Device, and oh dear, now the bomb belongs to OG. Dupree and Glaive, how are they going to approach this? They back away.
And look at where Glaive is right now. He was on the A site. He cleared it out. That's great for Astralis, but it doesn't matter. They have to run back and go back through this position. We talk about time being a problem. Well, this certainly, you know, assuming they get the kill on Valde eventually, is going to leave them with not a lot of time to pick a site. And that's why Issa sits in the connector, because when Valde does eventually give them the bomb or go down, assuming he doesn't kill them both here, well, he can tell Issa which way Astralis are going, and Issa's going to have a fast rotate. But Valde first, he's got to kill them both.
This is such an awkward fight. Dupree thinks not. He just eliminates Valde. Issa, well, he's not going to be hot on the case. In fact, he just needs to figure out where they're going now. He's going to think B, and he's going to be right. Dupree leading the charge, bomb in hand. Here we go. Issa going towards these sandbags, and he might just catch Astralis unsuspecting. No time to play around. There's no time for funny business.
Wow.
And Dupree doesn't have anything funny to say. Holy smokes, you have been eliminated, Issa.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, Astralis, I love the play to go through the smoke there, right? Initially, Issa thinks it's A because Astralis smoked off the T-spawn stairs to kill Valde. And so, well, A's the only site not smoked off in that instance. Issa spots mid, he sees nothing, he makes the right read, goes B, sees the flashes, and Astralis just shoot him in the face. So, kind of a classic Astralis round right there. They do manage to pick it up despite the problems with the bomb and the time. And OG, once again, broken. It feels like a rough situation again. Astralis, this is a fantastic T-side as we expected on their map pick.
Well, like back in the Astralis Overpass era. It's it. It's happening. They're looking so good on this map.
Yeah, 8 rounds on the T side. Surely OG doesn't think that feels good.
Yeah, they're not done. If you think this is going to be an 8-7.5, well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but maybe Issa has got something to tell us as well. He's got a quick couple of kills down on short side with the CZ and gifted guns over to OG.
Yeah, now, they should be aware that they've got a man trapped here on short side, but that smoke falling along with the Molotov actually going to not allow them to pressure Valde outside of the B site. Alexa B looking for this M4, but with all the water everywhere, yeah, mate, that's just gone. Good luck finding it. Device cutting down the rotations, and Astralis don't even have to commit anymore. They can back away. Valde tries to catch the timing, and he does spot the bomb, but Zipex bests him. Alexa B's been able to find this M4. He went on the scavenger hunt, and he's got one of the... but he didn't reload it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I hate to see that.
Oh, that's a feels bad, man.
Look at Magisk. He is just styling right now. 20-6. He is not giving them a chance.
That M4 that got dropped over, it was cursed from like round one, man. Not only did it get like shot into the water and disappear, and it took Alexa B, you know, a solid 20 seconds to find it.
Maybe it got jammed.
And then it only had 2 bullets. Yeah, waterlogged, perhaps.
Yeah.
Are we going to get an angry...
No, not for me. You might, from the general public. Honestly, I'm going to go on a limb here and say that the AK is way more resilient than the M4 in real life.
It's a safer bet to make. Oh, that's a 2-for-1, but just gets hit there. And Issa still pushes through Monster despite this being a 4-on-4. That's given Astralis a way back in.
Yeah, I imagine this is on the back of like Valde having a couple of successful pushes through Monster, going uncontested. They try and forced the issue, and that has given Astralis a way back into this round, and now they look to pounce upon it. You can't give Astralis advantages because they will take them with a hop, skip, and a jump. Mantu, now the last man remaining in a 1v4 here at round 13. No money for OG on the back of this round. They're in that horrid spot that we've spoke about many a time here in the Pro League, where they lose a round, they partial buy, they lose that round, they fall buy, they lose that round, they partial buy, and you just rinse, repeat that forever. Mantu, still floating around, but he's not gonna, it's not gonna be like any sort of Woxic, Rop, sick, last minute retake here. He doesn't have a kit, so that's not an option. There are kits dropped. Maybe there's a chance he can get into the swing of things. He smokes it. I think trying to give the illusion that he's backed away. And now he's got the kit, but there's still a man here, and
run.
Spots him. Mantu going for a very aggressive save, and yeah, he gets shut down. It's a bit of an awkward one. I think he thought the site was empty and then realized upon seeing the guy down in Monster, I actually can't stick this defuse.
I don't know why he didn't go short there. That's the weird thing, right? Like, after he spots the player run Monster, I know he wants to get the kill, but he could have found the timing. If he runs short, hits the surf. I mean, I'm being optimistic here, obviously.
Very optimistic.
Yeah,
and that's not a hard surf.
Not only that,
hit.
he doesn't know where the rest of Astralis are, right? There's still 3 players left, so he just tries, from the guy running away, it's pretty clear that he's probably
doesn't help
alone.
he get smoked in Monster.
No, and that's the thing. I don't think he ever anticipated that smoke to still be held. And so now, surprise, surprise, partial buy for OG. They're back in this spot again.
Yeah, this has not gone well for OG at all. 10-3. Astralis on their T side. Well, you don't want to, count your chickens before they hatch, or whatever that saying's all about. But in this instance,
well, when we saw Astralis, on this map yesterday, they did get 12 T rounds versus FaZe, and then 4-1 on CT side after FaZe 1 pistol. So things are stacking up as they should, I would say here, Trace.
ducks in a row. And so far, it's just going to be OG in a row, just getting smoked here from these weapons to the side of Astralis. Now, hold on a second. MBK finds a kill with his scalp, but he's going to have some unwanted company here real soon. He's not going to be okay with that either. Looks for another kill here with the scout, and that's weird enough. Finally, he goes down. And this is awkward. Alexi B just hiding outside of this A site after the bomb has been planted. With a grenade in his hand, he will say goodbye, everybody.
Oh, that's brutal.
He's got to go. He's going to leave it all behind. And now OG have to face the truth, Hugo.
They do. And the truth is, well, the brutal reality of this scoreline, 11-3 with 12 around the corner. OG want to put a stop to it. They want to put one more on the board. Their 3 rounds were 4, 5, and 6 in this game. So their first, rifle round and then the follow-ups off the back of that. So, yeah, some time ago, Astralis streaking together quite the T side, and they're going to look to finish it with a B rush.
Yeah, real change of pace just to get in the face of OG and get in their heads heading into the last round of this first half. Dupree provides the entries necessary alongside Magis to secure this site. OG now in a 3-on-5, and this is a situation usually you'd be saving in if you're OG, but they don't have that option. I mean, they do, but do you want to get reamed down for that forever? Probably not. So we call that a stunner classic, saving in round 15.
Yeah.
Hey, man, sometimes the numbers get away from you. It's late at night. The midnight oil is burning.
Yeah, and I mean, this round's fully burnt out for OG. It's Astralis, 12-3 at the end of that first half. A dominant performance from Magisk and Dupree, as we see right there. 168 ADR on Magisk. Christ. This is a game where he is firing on all cylinders, so you do not want to miss the conclusion of this second map. You're going to have to stick around. We'll be back with it after a quick break.
I know my way to the paper. All of my women look tailored. It costs a few thousand, it's tailored. Can't drop a dime to save a wall. I'm in the room with the bosses. All of our pockets look gorgeous, ayy. You'll see the boys of the Forbes, ayy. Constantly plotting, we want this, ayy. I need my bag and clips extended, ayy. Blast you haters to fragments, ayy. Got no time for the cameras, cause I might just pull the extension, ayy. Young, back to the basics. Get in that bag on occasion. She top it until she get brainless, hey. Damn it, I love to be famous, ayy. I'm in my bag, I don't have to brag, no, ayy. She's watching me stack it, so what am I capping for? Ayy, if I spend it all, it's just cause I'm racking more. Ayy, you so 10 in a back, you know I'm not capping, bro. Whoa, moving too fast, you probably thought it's a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, been doing the most. Whoa, moving too fast, yeah, I just hopped in a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, I've been doing the most. I got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing else to prove. I see they all tryna shoot. Ashamed though, cause I'm bulletproof. Can't touch me, I'm up on the roof. I'm catching bodies, hiding all the proof. I make them disappear like poof. Just like that, you're gone for good. Little baby say she wants the wood. Man, I'm so misunderstood. Done playing games, we want the goods. Really did start from the bottom. Those moments can't be forgotten. And they been trying to see how I got it. Just know it ain't the least I bought it. I bought it. Ayy, I'm in my bag, I don't have to brag, no. Ayy, she's watching me stack it, so what am I capping for? Ayy, if I spend it all, it's just cause I'm racking more. Ayy, you so 10 in a back, you know I'm not capping, bro. Whoa, moving too fast, you probably thought it's a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, been doing the most. Whoa, moving too fast, yeah, I just hopped in a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, I've been doing the most.
(12-3) at first half score line, and you're going to be taking a look at Majisk. He's going to be that hot player to watch as we go forward. 23-6. He's got 7 multi-kill rounds in what has been the decimation of this OG squad. And perhaps we're going to get a little bit of taste of that here on this pistol round. They set their sights over here on the B site very fast. Ooh. Here we go. A flurry of grenades. Zipex playing up close. It's going to be just MBK, though, and Issa teaming up for 3 frags. That's going to go a long way for OG.
Yeah, that's the start they needed, right? Without a pistol round, it's likely a done deal. It's likely Astralis sweeping the series, but now a chance to convert. It's not over, though. Dupree on a big flank. They don't have a kit. Device has a, not even a flash, a decoy, so just focus on the headshots. Wow. And there's another one. A player pushed back towards short. Dupree's there, ready and waiting, and Device is trying to clear out the man in the pit right below him. Stuck in a 1-on-2 on the site. Dupree is late to the party. He needs to come through a smoke. Device has another. This is falling apart. Alexibi needs to clutch this one out, and he's going to get knocked in the smoke. What?
Dupree's been watching Fnatic nice and closely, and he's learned how to wield that weapon to maximum efficiency. 13 on the board for Astralis as they turn that pistol round on its head. That was a 2-on-4 retake from Astralis.
Why
and
is he
Dupree
doing that?
doing his best. What, JW, Flusher, could be any of them at this point. Impression over here on the CT side. 13-3. And what a way to start this second half for Astralis. If that hasn't sent a message to OG, then what will?
Well, these GG.bet odds might 1 to 15.33. My goodness. It's not even close in this game. 13-3, the score line itself. So, quite a showing of force there on the pistol round, and one that OG certainly could have grabbed. They got the first couple of kills, and well, after that, that's all she wrote. Valde on the Krieg is going to make short work of Device. We also see an AK on MBK's back. He was one of the players that really got them into that B-bomb site last round, so perhaps he can make a difference here, and he already has. Zipex on the push, gets punished for it. Now we have a 3-on-4, Majisk, Dupree, and Glaive.
I like this slowdown from OG as well, right? At this point, every round matters, every moment counts, and with the man advantage, they slow it down, hold position, and wait for Astralis to make a mistake. That is a rarity, though. So Astralis not budging for the time being. They're happy to gamble, knowing that, you know, if OG were to just contact walk B, if MBK goes through Monster, they just win the round. There's no one there. And that would be free info for OG, but they don't want to make that risk. They don't know where Astralis sits. So 2A site, one in the connector, Glaive cutting off the rotation, and he might just get back flanked here. Alexi B, does he check or does he go to B short? It's a 50-50. He's going to get flashed out. He's cleared the corner and he's just walked right past Glaive there. If he drops here as well, that makes noise. Glaive, he's ready despite the lack of noise. He gets that kill down lower, but that's forced a rotation to Dupree. The bomb was sitting party, and this is followed up onto Magisk. A bit of a risk for Astralis as they gamble, rotate off the back of just one man. And that is going to lose them the round. If they held position there, I think Astralis would have won that 3-on-4 because, you know, the Glaive would have killed the B players, and OG would have therefore just walked up short into the double setup from Astralis. So, yeah, not holding their own for long enough.
Yeah, and that player with his back turned and connector really should be counting his lucky stars as they go to the stars.
Yeah, I mean, well, not yet. That's a round loss. That's a force by win for OG. So Astralis, they still have to find liftoff first. Could be in this round, but with the Eagles, you're not holding out for it.
I mean, they could be joining us here in the International Trace Station, so that's a thing.
Oh, Magisk was lining up utility, and yeah, this is pretty much the round over and done with.
Wow.
There wasn't any armor on any of these Deagle players. Astralis putting a lot of emphasis on bringing utility into this round, and they don't really get anything done with the utility they bring into this round. So a 5th round on the board for OG with 5 players staying alive. That's stellar for setting OG up here. If they did want to make this comeback happen in the second half, they get this 5th round on the board. There's an eco looming for Astralis in the follow-up. And so realistically, this is going to be 6-13. And, you know, if OG are able to keep this following anti-eco as clean as they kept this one, then there's still a chance, really, that this could spiral out of control.
Got to really take it round by round at this point, though, if you're OG. Don't want to think about the late game. You can save from Dupree, but the buy for Astralis is round the corner. So what's the game plan for OG? Where do they want to take this T side? We saw a masterful first half from Astralis, and now OG, they've got to one-up it without even the pistol round in their pocket. So both pistols in this map, one by Astralis. Now OG coming back with guns, looking to get rid of the eco of this CT side. Although, look at this setup. 5 in the pit, I'm a fan. If OG try and go for a plant here, they might not be ready for such high numbers.
I don't know. I see Alexa B, I see a Mac 10, and I see a man with dollar signs in his eyes. He's looking to make money here. And this little huddle, this little grouping of Danes, definitely. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the round over. The nade kills 2. They actually double naded into the pit on the back of seeing a Deagle player there. So, you know, the idea, I think, was to have, like, the Deagle player bait OG in to go for the push and try and deal with him, and then you just swarm the 4 players up the right-hand side. And rather hilariously, it's that bait of the Deagle player that forces the double nade out. That actually leads to pretty much everyone in the pit dying to the nades at a 6th round at 4 OG. But now the investment back in. Device saved money so he could bring this AWP into this round here and now. And he's going to attempt the mid-peak. Now there's Kriegs on the other side, and that's basically a full auto AWP that he is up against. Dupree's actually gone aggressive in through middle, and they are not ready for a man to be so close. But what that man do, as man 2 gets the trade, puts us into a 4-on-4. And now mid-control secured.
Squeaky clean stuff there. Wow.
Maybe just squeaky.
It's just squeaky. Thanks, Harry.
That'll be this chat.
Oh, Glaive, he's pushed connector here. He's been a bit of a nuisance in this position so far on the CT side. And he might have the drop on OG as they group back up outside of B. Now, the issue is Astralis don't have the info. Glaive will be fast to rotate. I mean, fast, somewhat, of course. What is fast is OG already inside of the site against the solo man that is Zipex. They get past the Molotov, he looks away, looks back for a kill, and 2 on the anchor. That's all you can need, all you can ask for here if you're Astralis. All you need as they set up for the retake. For that to happen, the bomb would need to get planted, and Glaive might look to deny all of that with this monster wrap. The long con, the connector flank coming through here for Astralis in the retake.
Here it is, coming from heaven. Magiska's the first to fall, so Valde's already done a lot in this round. He's made it to 2v2, at least an even kill turn number for both these teams. And they've pushed off the site. Got 1 player in the pit. Valde has pushed up close from the rotation. Gonna have an awkward exchange. Issa's the one that comes out to lesser. Now just Valde. To take down his Danish friends, he finds the first one. The last player in Glaive's very low. It looks like they're gonna tap the bomb. And that's gonna be enough to draw Valde out into attention. This has gotten tense. This has gotten rough. A little bit of a dance around the bomb boxes, and it's going to be Valde that's going to find himself on top of this when he's played it to perfection. And that's going to be Glaive falling.
Ooh. Sure, just friendly banter. Of course, Valde, we've seen him in teams with Glaive in the past, even going back to some of Valde's first teams in CSGO, looking at Copenhagen Wolves, for example.
Long time ago.
Yeah, these guys are friends.
All still mates.
Ooh, Fun and James. Well, 13-7. The comeback is well and truly on here. 4 in a row for OG, and they've put Astralis yet again on pistols.
Just going to keep his eyes on the connector here early round. And out towards long, it's going to be Device with the scout. Just pistols over here, so can't expect too much except for that. Well, that felt pretty good for Magisk, I can guarantee it. Mantu's going to be there to get the trade, and he's not alone in connector still. Dupree occupying this position.
Nice.
The 1D comes through, an easy shot, an easy gun for Dupree. He sits on no armor. We sit on no kits for Astralis, but the bomb's not even in the site yet, so.
And now for Issa, how does he want to play this? There's 2 ways he can try and go about it. He can either try and trade Dupree down in the connector and rejoin his teammates for a B play, or he goes on an information play such as this. And now this is going to give OG 2 options in this round. Either Issa secures the A bomb site and they can safely rotate back and leave B, or Issa kills this man in rotation and then can pincer into the B bomb site and help his teammates out. Device does get a tag off, but not the kill. And now this has forced the rotation of Dupree out from connector. Glaive has left B. Everything's coming together for OG in this round. Glaive changes his mind, goes back in.
Big old brains.
Scout in hand, another tag. All 3 of these players are 1 shot from certain death. Dupree is not to know that, though.
Does have a Molotov. Could use that to his benefit. But as soon as he opens this door, it's going to be all hell that breaks loose. Very, very low. 27, 30, 30 for the OG players. And Dupree doesn't seem like he wants to take any chance. He's going to go ahead and back away towards this ladder, maybe getting some exit kills, or maybe just holding on to his AK from the looks of it.
Yeah, nice call from OG, though. They play that 3-on-3 well. It is on a knife's edge, right? Almost falling apart. All it takes is a Device not, getting a tag on Issa and instead headshotting him with a scout in that quick reaction. And then that round falls apart, right? Because Astralis don't leave B. Glaive probably finds a little bit more on the scout down lower. And then Dupree can rotate appropriately. Instead, he's stuck in a 1-on-3 with no way back in. Good round for OG, though. They are building into this T side 5 in a row. We talk about their slow starts. I didn't feel like this game was a case of OG slow starting. It just more felt like Astralis fielding everything they needed to field on the T side. But OG are crawling back in. Astralis, they've got guns. That was an eco. They get 2 kills. They get a gun out of it. So an AK now in this one at least. As Astralis look to find the final 3 that will push them over the edge.
Yeah, still very much in the grasp of Astralis right here. They did win the first map of Dust 2. They started on the T side. Now on their map pick, they go up to a heavy lead on the back of the first half. Well, here we are, 13-8. And OG have stacked a couple rounds here. And this U.S. Air Force, a tactical timeout.
No ops in play. Money is yet to be solidified for Astralis as they haven't fielded around since the pistol. Oh, he presence outside of B for OG as they look to take some control towards Shortwater. Astralis' Molly has delayed that play, and they once again have a man in the connector just to keep caution over these rotations. Dupree, oh, I like this play. He's got a little bit of an angle. He's going to spot down into B and spray away for one. Can't convert the kill into Issa, but he might just be able to through the wall. There it is, bomb dropped. And all the info for Astralis, the rotation's already coming down lower. That's an optimistic one for Dupree. I don't know if he meant to jump.
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that was a big whoopsie there for Dupree, but gets 2 kills, the bomb spotted. And for the time being, they've cordoned themselves off here in this water area. Device wants to make sure that it stays that way. He's going to start to head towards T-spawn. Now, what that does is create an awkward exchange here. Gives a little bit of an avenue for the side of OG. If they really think about it, they could clear connector, run back up, but they don't know it's clear.
They were setting up for a boost, but now a jump spot from Magisk should shut that one down. They might not go for it, knowing that they've been spotted up close. Man 2 with a trade, but he gets pushed from the flank. Device able to close out the round. That's a great round for Astralis. I love this setup. They don't let OG boost. Dupree doesn't let them even get it up B short, you know. You don't typically see the first contact into B short coming from connector because, you know, Dupree even playing in this way leaves him open to getting chased down the hallway, but no one was in that position for OG, so Dupree is safe.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe, just maybe it was on purpose from Dupree, but, you know, maybe we'll also get the opportunity to ask him in the post-game if he joins us.
It could have just been a ballsy, you know, let's go for it. Why not? I mean, 5-on-3.
A lot of players will hang out on the side of that railing right there outside of connector, right?
This was cool as well. In this round, Glaive and Zipex pull the boost in over in towards middle. It's a great gimmick to just net you 1 frag. And, you know, when you're Astralis in this situation now, you're 14-8 up. You do only need, you know, you only need a gimmick to work once in this situation and give you a man advantage in a round like this, where you've got OG on the ropes, where they're feeling the pressure, and you yourself are almost at the finish line. It's a perfect time for them to pull that boost in. MBK will equalize this back into a 4-on-4 there. That's a little bit heartbreaking for Astralis. They jump spot him. They know that he's here alone. Where are the rest of OG? They're over here in top mid. Astralis aren't to know that yet, though.
Well, they can guess, right, by the fact that they only see MBK down outside B short, but Astralis don't want to gamble. They just go 2-2 in this 4-on-4. Safe one. Dupree going to skirt himself in the corner. When that smoke fades, Valde might have the advantage if he walks a little bit closer to it. But re-smoke down for Astralis, they don't want to give away an opportunity. Dupree goes inside the smoke. That gets spotted. No chance this time. Valde's ready for it. MBK doubles down in the B site in the meantime, and now Device has to hold the line against everyone that pushes him on this A site. He gets the bomb, but immediately traded by Valde. And OG, despite going down 5-on-4 early, they recover it really well. MBK with a huge round, picking up Glaive and then pushing into B on a lurk and finding 2 kills. OG at that point just commit towards A because that's where the bomb is, and they can just trade out the final player. 9 rounds. It's happening, boys and girls. It truly is happening.
Yeah, Harry, you know, I could just see you about to say it, so I'm going to steal the words right out of your mouth. Come back. That is real.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was about to say, and it feels like it right now. OG, 5 rounds between them and Astralis, and no money in this round for the Danes. This is where OG are hoping to pick up their 10th and reach double digits as they try and take us to a 3rd map. Now, obviously, that would be Inferno if we get there. And OG, they've certainly made a case for it right now. They set up this time to secure some connector control. Magisk in this position. Where's Zipex at?
He's underneath him.
Okay, he's boosting Glaive up, right.
This could prove to be a very fruitful boost. They're not looking for it currently. And that's going to be the start of it. Glaive finds one. Now knowing that they're boosted there, Lexi B is going to have to go for the spam. Instead, as he opens the door, Glaive gets just straight up shot down. And that's going to be a 3-on-4. They know the Zipex has to be somewhere around here. They check it, and he's only good for 1. So there you have it. They're going to pick up this bomb, and when I say they, it's Lexi B. He's going to head towards B a little bit late. Ooh. However, Device has his own plans. Uses his scout with absolute violence. He's keeping an eye on this site. B is going to be where this bomb lands itself. Eventually, Dupree will kind of skedaddle on over here from the connector side. So that smoke's going to give it away. Good Device holding on.
more than winnable with the Krieg in the hands of dupreeh as well. He's taking his sweet time, making no noise, coming down short. Now, falling off that wood, while it doesn't feel like it, always does make noise. And so that does come through, but no one heard it from OG. They should be aware of it regardless as the flashbang comes in. Issa's blinded. dupreeh with a chance. The spray missed, and Issa gets the kill. Device, that's surely busted now. He's on 20 health, and it's going to be around for OG at this point. Oh, dear. If dupreeh hits those shots, that is surely Astralis's. That's unlucky. You know, dupreeh's having a great game as well, so uncharacteristic, 22 and 15. Magisk has slowed down in the second half, but I mean, who hasn't for Astralis? They sit down by 4, that being OG. This comeback is still on the cards.
It's a good shot, and albeit that was certainly a round that Astralis could have.
Man, 7 of these 9 second half rounds have got in favor of OG. So since moving on to this T side, they have been looking stellar. Now, important to remember, because I think it's easy to forget with that round being so winnable for Astralis and not quite going their way, that was only pistols into that round. That was a very good result. But now with the rifles, they've got to replicate it. dupreeh trying to pull an NBK. Goes aggressive into the party, looks for this opening kill. The flash goes over while Device is peeking mid. And this is good. This really draws them in. 2 Device, he almost lands the 3rd. Issa's able to mop him up. But because they've been so focused on dealing with Device in middle, dupreeh's flank, or wrap, I was going to say both, is going to do a hell of a lot of damage, and they're not ready for it. Issa still alive here. Is just about able to get away. NBK spends more time in this B bomb site than Astralis do. They don't know that he's crossed. And this could tear the whole round apart. Glaive thinks that Monster's clear, and that nade is great for NBK, because now he knows in his head, they don't know I'm here. Maybe that flash, maybe they do know something's up. But no, actually, that's just a monster flash to stop the push coming on in. NBK, they don't know. Magisk is about to go walking up into his crosshair, and they didn't realize. Issa helps him out, and now down to the 2v2, dupreeh and Zipex. And Zipex gets caught with a nade out, but NBK not able to adjust in time. The nade has done it. Astralis gonna take 15, match and series point.
Crazy.
Scary scenes here at the Pro League.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, dupreeh, I didn't want to criticize his play because he makes the right play, but when he flanks Playground, there are 2 players there and the bomb's there. He lets the bomb get away. He gets 1 kill and instantly falls back. Now, that is, in every way of the word, as the safe play, the right play. But if he kills the bomb there, the round is probably done. So you could argue, you know, dupreeh, play aggressively, play wide, don't take 1, and, you know, try and just close around.
And that was 360 no-scope from Zipex to end it out too. So,
sure.
I mean,
with the nade.
There's no scope.
The YY ladder fakey. We're going back to, you know, old school Call of Duty console montages now, Trace.
Oh, console gamers. Lol.
Not me, don't worry.
Anyway, back to the real games here. I'm just kidding. All gamers are equal.
Ooh, the flash. Oh, it was good, but this is still going to get away with the kill. Only blinded for a second, looking into the wall. That's a huge frag to find early. dupreeh dead. He was a destruction in the previous round, coming in on that flank at Playground. Zipnex gets tapped out of this server. NBK really looking sharp in this map as well. He had a really rough performance at the B site of Dust too. Of course, Astralis were just destroying that site and anyone inside of it. So Overpass tending itself a little bit better here for OG. I want to see more from them on this map. Not just in this game, but moving forward in the Pro League as well. But right now, there are still more rounds to be played. A 5-round comeback, they're looking for it. They're looking for overtime. We're just going to drop the first man outside of B more. And that came from, though, oh dear, missed shot from Mantu. And Magiski's going to double down. There's a chance here. The bomb's dropped, and he blind gets a 3rd kill. Magiski's just saved Astralis and put them back in the advantage.
Oh, but he gets pincered. Alexa B and Valder deal with him. There's a bit of a gap in this smoke, and Glaive trying to exploit it. Second smoke goes down, and so Glaive will just position himself behind it. Valder creeps through, and Valder wins that engagement somehow, some way. Device is suddenly thrown into this clutch. 1v2 required. Alexa B has the bomb on his back, but Device with the wall bang through the sandbags. 7 seconds, Valder burns to death. Wow. And that's how it ends for OG. Astralis, they take the 2-0. And Valde feels bad, man, for him there. Astralis get the job done in 2. A good effort at the comeback from OG, and it's saddening to see it fall apart in that fashion. But what a series, what a game. And we'll be back to discuss what this means for the standings, as well as the schedule for tomorrow's show after a break. So stick around.